Hello guys, thank you for watching my channel. In this video, we will talk about private pension or benefits, negatives, long run and short run. We will case study myself and my experience as foreigner for more than 10 years in UK. Most of the laws apply in every developed country. That includes North America, Asia, Europe and more. As I will present my experience and thoughts about my situation, we will look at other options as usual. Let's start with myself. I have been working the entire time. I don't remember I missed a month or even a week of work. That gives me around 10-15,000 of private pension. Here is the thing about the pension in UK. Your employer decide where it will be, and you decide whether to move that or keep it. By the law, you can move percentage of your pension at your own view. As UK has a few major pension providers strictly regulated by UK law, that replicates most of the developed countries, I would say. Furthermore, I have decided to stay with my three different pension providers. Why? As you know, we are all different. That applies the same for my providers. As I have studied them a little bit, I can see some of them have different identity, mentality, and approach. I would say one of them are more aggressive than others, and if something goes wrong, I can have some kind of insurance or plan B or plan C. In UK, you have to activate your access to your account. Once you do that, you have a username and password where you can always have access to keep a track what is going on. The reason I say that, I had a working place 5 years ago and I forgot to activate my account. So doing that, I have to find my access number, reference number, or whatever they call it. All that gave me some kind of headache. So keep that in mind. It is really easy to do that, but if you want to hire someone to do that for you, also is fine. Let's talk about what the providers do. In your early years, they're going to be more heavy on shares and less on bonds, or whatever they decide. As I mentioned, they have different approaches like 80-20, 85-15, or 75-25%. You get me right? As you're going to retirement age, they change it for you and you can see more bonds and less shares. Now let's talk if that actually worth. There are a few sites we can look at. In my opinion, the answer is yes, 100% worth it. Let's say you're like me, working 10 years in capitalistic developed country, and you accumulate somewhere between 10-15,000. You decide to go back to your native country and you stop contributing. Here you can use my best friend Google and use the calculator. In reasonable scenario, until you are allowed to get your private pension, at the moment is age of 55 years old, and for me that is around 20 years from now, you double your money. So from one hand, you stop contributing. From other hand, you have already not 10-15,000, you have got already 20-30 on your name. That is not a lot of money for sure, but that is something and I will take it every day of the year. Imagine you didn't go well in your financial situation in your late years. so that private pension will help a little. Imagine you're doing great. You can always make move to some of your loved one or invest in something in your view. Also, you have to consider the will. Accident happens, and your loved one can benefit from your hard work in abroad. Like, I already spared that message with my siblings. UK law allows relatives to have access to your ISA, private pensions, assets in general. Let's talk now how pension works. By the law, private pension is from three sources: yourself, your employer, and the government. In one of the company I have worked back in the days, my contribution was £100 a month. Nowadays, I pay around 200. Please note that the more you earn, the more contribution you have to your private pension, which is great in my eyes. However, there is option to increase your contribution. That means employer will do the same and the government as well. Let's say you really need this 100 or 200 pounds a month and you decide to cancel your private pension as this is your right to do so. I don't think that will change my life. 100 is not a lot, but it is still something. I would rather keep it, and I would see if one day I use it or my loved one will. So it will be something I could benefit or they will. Another important thing to consider is retirement time. Normally, you'll be asked how you would like to use your private pension. Here you have few options. One of the most common is to get straight away 25% of your pension immediately tax-free, which is amazing. Another common is to get your weekly or monthly slice into your bank account. Another common option is to hire expert and they will advise you how you can get up to 35% tax-free from your private pension. What I would actually do if I make to retirement age, as you never know what the destiny or karma prepared for us. Let's talk about the future. This is going to be a little bit dicey. No one knows what the future will bring us. We can always hope for the best and get ready for the worst. Here I can talk about negative options and positives, of course. Positive ones. Imagine you have spent 20, 30 years working in developed capitalistic country and you have got a government pension and you have some passive income like ISA and you have got some savings and you have a private pension as well. Now your private pension is around 150,000 to 250,000 or more, depends of a lot of different factors. Yes, that is possible. If you contribute for many years, please check Google Calculator and find out yourself. You will be in a really good place, and also you can retire it to cheap countries like Southeast Asia or some of these beautiful Caribbean countries, or in your native country like myself would do. If you have a property there, also is amazing. Overall, you would do great only with the government pension and the private pension. Let's talk about negatives. I will put myself for example. Imagine I do only 5-10 years in the UK and I don't qualify for the government pension. Imagine you go to your native country and your pension is super low. Imagine also I start some kind of business and that doesn't go well. Let's say your main private pension provider makes some wrong decisions and doesn't give you much value as you would imagine. Let's say UK goes in heavy recession. The first thing historically countries do is to take the pensions from the people, and that is fact. All that is options we, like adults, need to be aware and make the best financial decisions about ourselves. My parents didn't do great financially. I think one of the reasons they didn't have enough information and obviously bad decisions. Anyway, guys, I hope I was a little bit helpful and you got some kind of understanding or at least in what direction to look for. Money talks, as people say, and we have to consider any options. Please do like and subscribe my channel. It is for free and will help me a lot. Thank you very much again and have a good one. Cheers.